Have you ever imagined being buried alive? I'm Eric, and my mission is to satisfy your curiosity. Imagine waking up in a coffin and realizing that you were mistakenly buried alive. Now, this wouldn't happen with the medical guidelines we have today, but in the 19th century coffins were found with scratch marks on the inside, making this a legitimate concern. So as a solution, they started adding strings inside the coffins that traveled up to the ground and were connected to a little bell. And if you woke up underground in a coffin, you could just ring the bell signaling that you're still alive. True story about being buried alive. Marjorie Elric was a Scottish woman who lived in the 17th century. She suffered from a mysterious illness that caused her to fall into a deep coma for several days, leading doctors to believe that she had died. At that time, there were no advanced medical techniques to confirm death, so she was declared dead and quickly buried. After her burial, some passers-by heard strange noises coming from the grave. At first, they thought it was just their imagination, but the sounds persisted. When they opened the grave, they discovered that Marjorie had tried to escape from the coffin. There were scratch marks on the inner walls of the coffin, and her hands were covered in wounds from her desperate attempts to break free. Marjorie was rescued from the grave and lived for many years after the incident. However, she suffered from severe psychological trauma due to the horrifying experience she had endured. This story became widely known at the time and contributed to growing fears of being buried alive, which later led to the invention of safety coffins.